All right, y'all. So in today's video, we're going to talk exactly about what I do to pitch new clients who are interested in my video production services. Let's go. The more and more I grow in video production, the more I start to understand that it's about communication and understanding. Clients want to know that you understand them and that you're able to communicate their message effectively to the audience. I like to start it off by getting a couple phone calls in with the client. Maybe we'll talk once or twice. Then after that, on the third phone call, we'll go into what's called a pitch. I'll actually present it to them online via Zoom, or I'll bring it to them in person, and I'll have everything outlined showing them exactly how it's gonna go. So what exactly is a pitch? A pitch is a document that's created to sell a client on your services. This document will serve in proxy for the moments that you're not there, and will also stand as the standard of your project moving forward. Not to be confused with a treatment. A treatment is more of a document created to show the idea after landing the video. All right, so I definitely don't want to waste any more time. Let's get into this framework. The first thing I like to do in my pitches is have a summary. This summary is going to explain everything inside of this document. And the way I like to look at it is if the client reads nothing else, like if they literally only read this part, they should get the gist of what's going on in this pitch. So an example of a summary might be like, we research your page, we research your topic or niche, and we see that your audience is responding to this kind of content. Maybe we should go more short form, or actually we think you should do a podcast and get on YouTube, or we think we should do a campaign, big commercial. We want to rent out the middle of downtown, Madison Square Garden. You know, you never know. All right, so after you've given your summary, next I like to go into what I call the flattery phase. You definitely want to let the client know that you know who they are. All right, you want to talk about them authentically, and you want to say, this is who we think you are, this is what we think aligns with your brand, your principles, and this is what we think your content should stand for based on who your brand is. Next, you want to talk about their products, especially if you've already had those previous phone calls like we talked about. You want to mention all the products and services that you know they have, and how we want to highlight them in the content, how we want to highlight that in the commercial, and ultimately bring in more customers for their business. And even if it's something that's not exactly sales related, it still has the same principle. You want to let them know that you understand what they're trying to get across. All right, so now we're in the meat and the potatoes. You want to actually deliver a plan. You want to show them a roadmap, like, hey, this is what we're going to do to get from point A to point B, which I never really understood because they ain't really that far apart. But anyway, so you want to show them that roadmap. You want to show them that framework that you have written up for them, saying, hey, we're going to do this many pieces of short form content. It's going to take us this long to shoot it. This is how we plan on implementing it. This is what you can do with this content to boost and bolster your brand. You want to include all of that stuff in the plan and show them that you are the right fit for the job. All right, next on the list, I like to actually do a little bonus. In this part, I like to kind of just chat with the client. Throughout the whole thing, I'm typically asking questions. You never want it to just be a monologue. You don't want to just keep going and going and going. You want to get them involved. You want to make sure that you guys are going back and forth and ask them, hey, does that sound about right? Does this word or adjective fit your brand? Is this correct? In doing that, you'll also just kind of get a better understanding of who they are and what they want brought to life. But like I said, on to this bonus. On my bonus, I'm normally talking about how we can do certain sales or different ideas. Like I'm giving them intellectual property for free, so that way they understand that we are here to provide value and that our goals are aligned. As long as you guys are succeeding, we're succeeding. That may look like putting together a specific offer that only fits their brand. That may look like coming up with a catchy slogan, campaign, something that is like very tailored to them and that only they could use. And even if they do decide not to go with us, it's theirs. They can take it with them. But it also puts us in a position to let them know if you want help bringing any of this stuff to life, that's what we're here for. All right, lastly on your pitch, you want to tell them your price point. Yes, you want to give them some kind of anchor. I know it's one of those what's your budget type of things, but for me, it's always been a lot easier to just let them know, hey, to do a project like this, it would typically cost X, Y, or Z. And I do say it like that because I like to break mine off into packages. You have like a starter, a pro, and then a pro plus. Like the Pro Plus is gonna be everything imaginable that this client could need. This is more like my Alex Hormozy offer, the irresistible offer, the one that you would be stupid to say no to. But then I also have a starter package that's a little bit more reasonable for the client if they are new and they don't have the biggest budget or something like that. But then we also have the middle package that's kind of the best of both worlds. And depending on what the client is looking for, you know, they could pick either one of the packages. And the easy way to stack your packages is to understand exactly what they need, make a package that fully covers everything that they would want you to do, and kind of look at what it would cost you to do that, and set your prices accordingly. And then you can look at, okay, if we took this away, does the project still work? And then work your way backwards to kind of like make the smaller packages, or work your way up if you think it's something that you can add to it to make it even better for them. All right, y'all, appreciate y'all watching the content. And if you like this video, be sure to check out this one next.